Some of the most frustrating deals are the ones that never actually say no. They just stop moving. There's no clear rejection, but there's no clear next step. Just silence, tumbleweed, or delay. Yeah, we'll come back to you. Over time, that becomes incredibly draining because you don't know whether to chase it or let it go.
You're listening to the Sales Today podcast, and I'm your host, Fred Copestake. On this podcast, we explore how sales professionals can develop a modern approach to winning business, the application of virtual selling techniques, how to create meaningful business relationships, and much more. Why not take our free collaborative selling scorecard to see how your sales approach suits today's environment? You'll find a link in the show notes.
It's easy to look at all the deals that you're involved with and think something's gone wrong with these on the ones that aren't moving forward. Maybe the proposal wasn't strong enough. Maybe the timing wasn't right. Maybe the competition was better. But often, that's not what's happening. What you're seeing is not a failed deal, but it's an incomplete one. Incomplete from the customer's perspective, because they're still working it out. They're still trying to ask questions like, what exactly is the problem here? What does a good solution look like? Is this the right time to act? If those questions aren't fully resolved, progress naturally slows down because there's no clear direction yet. The challenge is, from the sales side, we're often trying to move forward. We've had the conversations, we've presented the ideas, we've submitted a proposal. So we assume the deal should progress. But if the customer is still in thinking mode, but we're trying to move stuff forward, well, then there's going to be a mismatch. We're essentially ahead of where they are, and that's going to cause an element of friction. And this feels uncomfortable. Stalled deals feel uncomfortable because there's no clear signal. No yes, but no. Just a kind of lingering uncertainty. And so when we're sat in that kind of uncertain stage, what are we doing? We're chasing, we're following up. Yeah, we're trying to create momentum. We're searching all over LinkedIn and the internet for how to create urgency. You know what? That stuff can actually make things worse, because what we're in danger of doing now is starting to apply pressure before clarity exists. And customers need clarity. That's probably going to be our biggest differentiator. So the shift here is actually quite subtle, but it does make a difference. It's important. Instead of asking, how do we move this forward? Ask, what is the customer still trying to work out? Where is their thinking incomplete? Where is there still uncertainty in their minds? Because when this becomes clear, when they are clear about it, progress becomes much more natural. So if you've got deals sitting in your pipeline that just aren't moving, it's worth pausing, not pushing harder. Yeah, a little bit counterintuitive. Yeah, because what we want to do is we need to understand, why hasn't this been fully resolved yet? And that is usually where the answer is. So look, maybe this feels familiar. It might be worth taking a step back and look at where your deals are, why. If you look below into the show notes, the collaborative selling scorecard, that's a little tool that we can use just to help you to think about your sales process and how that will be aligned to this kind of thinking and working on these kind of stalled deals.
Thank you for listening to the Sales Today podcast with me, your host, Fred Copestake. I hope you've enjoyed what you heard today. If you did, please get in touch and hit subscribe. And remember, you can take the Collaborative Selling Scorecard for free to check out how your sales approach works in today's environment. You'll find it in the show notes.